Hello, welcome back. And I'm going to try to do saving and loading because it's kind of key here and I don't know how to do it. I did it before, but obviously I can't get it to work yet, or work again. So I have no idea. 1 second. I don't want sound mixer. Yeah, I got no idea. Okay. Well, let's go try to go here. New connection. There. Let's try. Right. Let's try this. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my gosh. So let's try this. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So let's just try making a file and saving it. Okay. Okay. Let's do some more. Let's do on test.c. Include cdio.h. Main. File equals f open. Record.crt wb. Okay. Let us look at Gemini. Okay. WB if file equals null, I think stdio includes null. And then file for saving. Turn 1. Okay. F write num size of unsigned char 1 file. And you may be wondering, what is num? Unsigned char num equals 42. Okay, fwrite. So I just wrote 1 byte to it. Fclose file turn 0. Let's just try building it, right? CC test ACC. Darn it. Whoops. Right, and I'm building this on the Altair. I really should be building this on the simulator, but we're building on the Altair just in case there's some weird bugs going on. This is how long it takes to build just that file. Now this is how long it takes to assemble just that file. This is why I use the simulator, because it's insane. Like, can you imagine me building, editing and building LOGICSIM on the Altair Arduino? And now I'm just linking it. You can see up on the screen the lights are still blinking away. Still blinking. Still blinking. Still linking. This is how slow it is on a real machine. Okay. Test.com. 51 records. So we're running it. We're running it. There's no output. Error opening file for saving. We have a problem, but we can look into this. let's do it. So if we go here, we go to Moscov. Let's go to Moscov.c. Make file pointers. A PTP file, I think, is what I'm looking for, because that's the file that doesn't exist yet. Don't have to open it though. Parse args. So if we go to parse args, this is code I written a while ago. Okay. What is going on? Let's try this. test.c. Let's try that. W binary? It shouldn't matter, right? Let me take a look. F open. Take a look who this F open with. F open should just be F open. Here we go. F open. F air floor. Okay. F open. Include a studio.h. F open takes a file pointer. It has file name and mode. So a char array for file name and a char array for mode. Okay, so it might be the mode because the mode is different. R and W. R is for reading only. If a file is opened, this position at the first character in it. If the file does not exist, null is returned. W. Open for writing only. If a file is opened which already exists, it is truncated to 0 length. If the file does not exist, it is created. So I think when it's just truncated to 0 length. Yo, that's yeah, pointer. I'm gonna edit this again. Oh my god, my face. All blurry. Lol. I have no idea why. So basically W works to write autofocus fucked up. Yeah, I know. So basically for the LOGICSIM manual, there is no WB or RB. for like binary. There's a pending, and so I think I gotta change it to W and R. This is why manuals are awesome. What am I calling this? Okay, so what I need to do here, and change this to just W. Now, watch this. So desp, you see this file and how short it is? You're gonna watch how long it takes to build on an actual Altair. On an actual Altair. Oh, it's not done building. I've just compiled it. Now I have to assemble it. Now I'm assembling it. Okay. As you can see, the lights are blinking up in the upper left corner. Okay. No, I can't run it yet. I have to link it now. "12 years later." Yeah, no, seriously. So now I'm linking it. And as you can see, the lights are blinking away. Okay, we have some information about it. It's still linking. This is why I use the simulator to build LOGICSIM. Can you imagine building LOGICSIM on this thing? I did, I can't remember, like, I think I built something last year on, and it took 6 minutes. It's still linking. It's still linking. Nope, done. Okay, running test. dir. Right, it is crazy. Circuit.crt. So, oh, you want to see me to debug this? I like you to say imagine debugging shit on the actual hardware. No, I have done that. That's why I don't do it anymore. How do I? There. Says back, no, seriously, 1-line code change? Yeah. So it should just be, yep, it's one record, and I bet you it's just 1 byte, so. So now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn this off. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to the save. We're going to remove the .b, and now it will work. Yep, and then here. Okay. Now, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna, you know what? We're not gonna load circuit quite yet. We are going to, oh, thank you. We are going to start the simulator. Okay, we're building it. See how much more quickly that built? And then we will turn this back on for y'all. Why, thank you. I know copying AI code is, to make it work, is true programmer activity. Okay, and we got to send it over using X modem. Okay, so now we should be able to make a circuit. We should be able to make a circuit and save it. Oh. Okay, LOGICSIM. As you can see, it's working. Now let's make a circuit. Let's make a half adder and then save it. Okay. So we have a circuit, and let's save it. No, let's do add .crt. I don't know why it ended with a tilde. That doesn't look very good. Let's try this. No, that didn't work. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that gonna work? Nope. Okay, cool. We'll just pretend I didn't do any of that. Now, let's quit it. Let's go over here. Oh, I'm sorry, I had the window open. circuit.crt. There is no circuit.crt. Why is this not working? Char file name. To return as file name. Okay, let's look. Remove that. Because I think put s does something weird. Did it? Did it print? Yeah, it didn't. It didn't put s. Def. Okay. I'm just trying to debug this a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, sending. Does any idea why this may not be working? I got no idea. Okay, we're doing this. It's not. Basically, it's not working. Like it's not saving. Like, and I can't debug it. Try fitting an entire manual into the eye and seeing it spits out. Honestly, though, it must be. I'm gonna think. You know what? I think it's this. I think it's the file name. Wait, can I like put an OCR manual in one of those local models? That'd be pretty badass. Yeah, I think I'm going to, so I had some prints, but I'm gonna try to do it without, I'm going to do it without entering a file name first. Oh, what do you mean? Pretty sure it's possible to pick it, then it finally is after you enter it. Yeah, I can just print it. Oh my god. I can't. One moment. Jeez. Ugh. There. I know my office is a complete disaster. Oh, you think it's possible to feed the entire feed the entire manual into the AI? That'd be fun. I can't guarantee that like do anything useful with like a 32 billion. I mean, it might, but yeah, I'd try. Okay, let's make a circuit and save it. Okay. Now check this out. There it is. Circuit.crt. I don't have it as a text form. I have it as an OCR PDF. So I can probably export that as a text file. Yeah, I could export. I think I could export the manual as a text file. Here, I'm gonna put this back in. PDF is good enough, huh? Okay, we're gonna print the file name. Okay. Let's do this. I'm just going to turn this off. There. Okay. Now, what AI do I use to do the PDF stuff? I don't know why. I'm just not trying to figure this out. Sweet, thanks. I don't know why it like prints a tilde afterward. And it doesn't print anything out. So, what's going on? It must be this. We're going to figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. I know what the problem is. The problem is now in scanf. A plus plus break for I equals 0. Buff? Gotcha. Buff is a local. It's local. It's not. So I set what even is this? I set the input pointer to a local pointer, which is obviously destroyed once it returns from the function. So instead, I want to copy. Copy it. So I want value at pointer A J or J equals 0, J equals 0, J less than pointer at char A not equal to that, not equal to end of line. No. Buff J not equal to end of line. J plus plus. Okay. And what I want is the location, the contents of pointer A to equal buff J. I think that is a very simple string copy. This is wild. Okay, let's try this again. Select target device input. Let me change that really quick. So why does this... What the hell? Wait, what the hell is this? What? Oh. I like how I'm doing a new line after space. There, okay. 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 Now let's see if it worked. No, it didn't work, but I'm getting close. You see how it says T right there? Here. It says T right here? That's because I didn't increment the pointer. There. That's why. Because it was circuit.crt, so C, then it's set to I, then it's set to R, then it's set to C, then it's set to U, and then I, and then T, and then dot, and then C, and then R, and then T. That's what happened. So I have to increment the location of the pointer. And let me do that. Values of void expression. This, I think, might just work. What? Okay. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, let's try it. Look at it, it printed. There it is. Circuit.crt. Right there. I have it working. It saves. It saves. It saves. So then, you go to the save code, or the save code down here. Oh my gosh, where's the save code? Cool. Okay, put the terminal in here, so then just term put s term okay. Cool. Cool. It worked. Now let's do file load. Yo King, what's up? How's it going? Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. It's turned off. Okay, now I'm just gonna copy and paste this load, edit it a little bit, and then it should work. I should be able to load the circuit. Draw connections, okay. Maybe ping slide. Oh my god, this guy who just started taking IT seriously inside his stream on my front YouTube page. That's so crazy. Yeah, I'm glad you popped in. It's so crazy because like I don't understand why people watch this. I enjoy it. I hope you guys do too. It's just programming old computers and stuff. Oh, this guy from my homepage deleted like 3 days ago. Yeah, I know, right? Like I don't understand. But yeah. I've been on YouTube for a while. What does all this look like to you? I see lines of code. Do you add or update this in increments? I enjoy it, I just don't understand it. So yeah, let me give you a rundown, King. This is just code. It's in C. Particularly, it is in something called K and RC. This is the original C book that is written by Kerrigan and Ritchie, the guys who actually wrote that language. It smells so good. It's not from 1990. This computer's from 1980. More like 1979. This computer is from. The chip is from 1970. The chip is an 8-bit chip. That the CPU I'm writing code for is an 8-bit chip. With 64 kilobytes of memory available to it, and only 50 instructions. And somehow this guy back in the day, made a C compiler for it. Yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, King, I go through, I add code, remove code, recompile, resend it over to the computer, and test it out. See if the change worked. You just keep trying. It's trial and error. You know, you might be able to think of the code in your head, but you never know until you put it to the actual machine. Very rarely does something compile on the first time, especially something this old. I mean, I've had crashes where the compiler bricks the computer. You don't have that anymore, but back in the day you did. If you stick around, you'll see what's going on. I'm making a logic gate simulator. If you finish the rundown, I'd like to know how you utilize Books Brother to apply information. Sure, of course. Yeah, really quick, just to finish. This is a logic gate simulator in which, here, I'll give you actually a quick demo. Go over to the camera. I'll show you what I do. I add and remove logic gates graphically to this. So I'm going to add a signal. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to change it to an and I'm going to wire it up. I'm going to delete that one. Here, let's try this again. 0, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. And then, yeah, I can move the logic gate around. I don't know if you can see, but right here it says low. And this is an AND gate. And it's low because both input signal is low, and the other one is low too. But if I hit E and change the input to 1, go back to the other one, hit E, change the input to 1, and then look at the AND gate, the value is now high. So it is a logic gate simulator, and you can do a whole bunch. I basically want to make logic circuits graphically, and then have you wire them up and simulate them on a computer. Oh, also this computer, by the way, runs at 2 megahertz. 2 megahertz. Well, it's low because I was... No. I think that's because I was over there. I had to move my... Yeah, I had to move away from the mic. In order to use old books... So here's the C programming language. Here's one of my favorites, the numerical recipes in C. The local bookshop guy back in Vermont, my hometown, saw this come in, saved it for me, and just gave it to me. This book explains how to write literally like all sorts of extremely complicated numerical algorithms in C. And the way you use these books is you use them as a reference tool. You sit down, you don't really read them cover to cover. You can, for like the C book, you can definitely read it cover to cover. But for these things, it's more of you know what you need to do, like, oh, I need to make a summation function. So you go to this textbook. This is the internet. This was the internet before the internet, remember? Right? You weren't able to look things up. So you grab your numerical textbook, your recipe book. That's what these books were called. They're called recipe books. I have a whole cookbook shelf. I swear, they're called cookbooks. And you look in the back, and you scroll down, you scan down until you see summation or something. You go to that page, and it shows you how to write the function. I have cookbooks for video, how to make graphics cards. Like seriously, how to make an old graphics card for an old computer. I have an 8080 cookbook for the 8080 chip. I have a cookbook for the Z80, for the 6502, for the 6800. Yeah, I have OpenGL cookbooks too on how to use OpenGL. It's I enjoy books, programming books, much more than well, in tandem with online tutorials and stuff, because online links go bad, especially old stuff, old links. So having physical copies of old text teach me how to utilize the book. Well, I know. I'm sorry. I get very excited. Um, but like seriously, there is a method to the madness of these old books, right? The authors have made it as easy as possible for you to open the book and get right to what you want. Um, if you've seen young people try to use a book nowadays, it's pretty hard. Another thing is I have the compiler manual, the compiler that I'm using. I have it printed out by the same bookshop owner guy, and it's a. What's awesome about this is it has the error codes. So say I got an error, and say I got error 63, I go to the back, I see what error 63 says, and it says undefined label. And then I can read what the error is here and probably how to fix it. Thanks, man. Yeah, no worries. I might spur you out once in a while. I mean, have you seen my office? Do you see all these old computers? I get very excited. That's a Virtual Boy, by the way. Back there, that's a Virtual Boy. I found in Vermont, in the mall. Anyway. Yeah, let's go back to writing some code. So, King, so when you're creating, how do you know what you're looking for? That is the hardest question in programming, according to Terry Davis, who is a brilliant programmer. Look up the hardest question in programming by Terry Davis on YouTube. It's like a 43-second video, and play it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Basically, it's experience. You're actually asking a very deep question. How do you know what to ask? How can you ask without knowing what to ask? And everyone faces this problem in programming. And I don't think it's just programming. It's just, yeah, how do you know? Okay, I want to draw a shape. Yeah, how do you picture a problem, solve it, and know what direction to go? Or is that trial and error thing? And that's my last question. Don't mean to distract you. You gotta go check it out. Yeah, no, Terry Davis is a fantastic dude. And I have the book on his OS. Temple OS. Terry Davis was a character in a tragic story, but a wonderful programmer. Anyway, to answer your question, how do you picture a problem, solve it, and know what direction to go? It is, can you rotate an apple in your head sort of deal, but maybe less demeaning. How do you draw, right? I have a blank piece of paper and a pencil. How can I put what's on my head? It's the same stuff, right? So I'll show you an example. You may have missed it, but I'll show you what the problem I was just running into and how I've solved it. Where is it? My scanf function. So scanf, you don't need to go into the nitty gritty, but what scanf does is it asks the user for input. So basically what I have it do is I have it get the character, return the character from the terminal to character C. So basically what it's doing is every time I hit on the keyboard like that, right, it'll just return it to a variable. I want to do a string. How do you get a string? So I'm like thinking, okay, so I need to know how long the string is. So how many times have I hit keys? Okay. Well, I could count the number of keys I hit. Or, if you know what strings are in C, the end of a string always has a 0, not a text 0, but a literal number 0. A literal number 0 is not a character. In fact, it is a null character. So once the null character is hit, the program knows that that's the end of a string. So I have a for loop running until my buffer, contents at index of j is a null character. So we'll have this incrementing through a buffer that I've just typed in, I've just typed in stuff until it has hit the end of it. And while it's running, I do some pointer magic, and I copy what was in the buffer into my pointer, and I've essentially remade scanbuff. Now, I could spend a while talking about how the pointer stuff works, but basically it's the big picture is hard. It's easier if you just sit down, just calm down, and just break it apart problem by problem, just the smallest problem as possible. I want to get input. How do I get input? Well, how do you know how many characters have I typed? Am I storing each character into a buffer? Am I incrementing that buffer each time I type in a character? Okay, now I have all that. Now I have scanf. So I took that. How do you get input into much more smaller manageable problems? And that's it. Just make it small and manageable. I'm sorry if I went into a tangent there. I know I could probably have said that in fewer words. I'm a programmer, dude. I'm not a public speaker. Or just the most simple stuff. That's why programming is so awesome, because each line of code is exactly that. It has taken the gigantic problem of what you want your program to do and just broken apart line by line. Some people will love to do as much as they can on one single line of code. I hate that for modern languages, because why? Computers are so fast. You can have multiple lines do the same thing. It's much easier to read, and it's much easier to think, and it's much easier to debug. Yeah, it does. I know, null terminators are the worst. Yeah, yeah, no, King, I love programming. If I couldn't program, I'd say kill me, but don't. Life is precious and all, but it's fun. It's really fun. I can't say programming is a skill that will be programming nowadays isn't what programming used to be in the 70s, as much as I try to relive it. But basically, if the apocalypse was about to happen, I wouldn't want to be a programmer. I would want to be a farmer, right? This that kind of skill set. But I think everyone should try it. And I don't know, King, if you've ever run into this sort of mindset, but that some people have is that some people think they just can't program, that they're just not smart enough or whatever, they don't have the brain. I hate that. Now, while that may be true, I hate when people assume that they don't have what it takes to program until they try. Because programming really isn't that hard. And I'm not the world's best programmer. Far from it. In fact, I actually asked my old coworker to get help with how to optimize this program. He's the guy who made or worked on a company that made one of those computers on my shelf, DEC, back in the 70s. But it's easy. Programming is easy. How to analyze code and how it's created. I'll try it too. Yeah, you should get cybersecurity. Yeah, King. It's fun. I can't say that my style of coding or my type of coding is exactly the kind that you're looking for, but it's all the same. a lot of pointer arithmetic and stuff, which is what I'm doing for C. It's not like Python, but yeah, you should give it a shot, because you'd be surprised if you ever get freaked out with code. Just take it one step at a time. You know, break down the problem. I sound like a professor or some dry ass professor, but I'm serious. Just look. My endorsement is, I mentored a girl in my previous job, and she came into my job and as a high school student, and I'm like, yo, what do you want to do with your degree, or what do you want to major in? She says, oh, political science. And I'm like, oh god, right, one of these girls, right? But I gave her an Arduino and I said, hey, make it blink or something, and she did, and she loved it. She had no idea about coding the day before. It was just the Arduino, like, this little thing, right? Just programming this little thing. And she went from knowing nothing, about to be a political science major, to graduating with a computer science degree and working for Analog Devices. And Analog Devices is the company that makes the chips on this thing. Oh, yeah, King. Let me. How do I? Hang on, I gotcha. There we go. I got a server here. There. Boom. There's a server. Pop on. A couple of us are there. And, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to answer your questions. I'm listening to the Stranger Things soundtrack. I'm trying to program. Dude. Anyway. It's all good. Okay, there's actually an interesting thing here. See this function name? Save circuit? Well, actually, the compiler I'm using can only handle names up to 8 devices, 8 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here, save circ is really all it can take. So I'm just going to do that. So load circ is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Thanks. Thanks for joining. Basically what I'm doing right now is I am converting the new style of C into the old style of C that can work with this compiler. Okay. It's a pain, but I like it. Double pointers. I don't need no double pointers. Get out of here, double pointers. Feet being the first thing. Oh, right. I forgot. I know it's not a very professional, I guess, server. I kind of as well, but I'm on hiatus while I grow as an IT professional. Yeah, if you ever wanted to check out my channel, I nowadays primarily work on the Altair, which is the the old computer like this one. Yeah, I do once in a while. I did a bunch of OpenGL videos back when I was doing OpenGL my old job. That was pretty fun. Take a look. You might like something. Anyway, let's finish. Why does it say that? My God. There we go. file is RB, gonna change that to that. Open file. I'm just gonna get rid of the P errors because I don't, it's so old that double forward slash comments don't work. Actually. Allocate memory for devices. What the hell is going on? Why am I reallocating? Why am I reallocating devices? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Oh! I know why it's reallocating devices. It's reallocating devices because this is loading. I'm trying to produce music while playing your stream right now. Lol, Desp. What kind of music you do? Do I need a double pointer? You know, I'm gonna keep the double pointer in, because I got no idea. Read devices. I don't do vocals. Okay. I went to college for music theory. I failed. I dropped. I didn't drop out. I failed so bad that my parents had to pull me out of the first year of school. True story. True story. Yeah. I like. It was a shit show. Gotta be honest. I tried to do a double major for music and computer science, but I couldn't do it. I was on medication. Random mass metal samples, dope. You'll link them up in the server if you want. I was on medication, and my professor, in his infinite wisdom, told me to get off my medication. Because he said it might like make me do better or something. And if you know anything about medication, even if you don't have the problem that the medication is for, if you stop taking it, it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna fuck you up. So I stopped taking my medication, and I just stayed in bed all day, never went to class. It failed. I'm not proud of it at all. I think school's a scam for things like computer science, not because you can't learn something from it. I'm sure you can have fantastic professors. It is a structured learning environment. It's just, you can do it all for free online now. You've been able to do that for a while. You can learn everything online. And school's great, but the best is real life experience. When I did my first job, real world experience is where you need it. Is what you need way more than school. I can tell you that now. I am completely lost. What's going on? Yeah, self-taught. Now, I will say what school does do, especially for computer science, which what's going on here? Oh, your pointer reference. What school does do, which you will not get if you self-teach, is you will be able to you won't have as many holes in your knowledge. And I mean that, like, it's very frustrating. It was extremely frustrating, and it still is frustrating. Basically, I haven't covered any memory structures, like linked lists, doubly linked lists, circular lists, trees, all that stuff that they drill into your head, data structures that they just drill into your head in class. I don't know any of those really. And I don't know them because I never had to use them. And when I do need to use them, it's extremely frustrating because I just don't know how. And by the time I needed to use them, I was at the level of my job where I couldn't really be taught. Like, wasn't really able to have the time to be taught by an older coworker how to do it. Like, they'd help me out. So that is one good thing that school has on everything else. And 19 kilobytes, let's try it. Let's try this, folks. Let's send it over. It's not back to 19 kilobytes, but I have the save and load stuff now. But if I don't need it, I will try to add, try to compress the library with the tiny library. That way, it won't be so big. $30 views. I can't imagine who's watching this. One of my live streams, my latest compiler, right? Like how to write a compiler live stream, reached 600 views. Crazy. Okay, let's go try to load up my old file. Well, that didn't work at all. Let me try looking again. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, file open. Return null. File right non-dev. File right. Devices. Size of device. What? Hang on. Something's not going on right. I have no idea what you're saying though because my FL is blasting my ears. Lol. Hang on, something's going on. Right devices. Size of device. Num dev. That's a pointer. Okay. Yeah. The connection number CNX. Okay, so the right works. What is going on, folks? Why is try file name devices connections? Basically, if we go down here, Control O. That's what it is. It's Control O. Well, loading my file doesn't seem to, it's still drawing by the way, it doesn't seem to work. I seem to be drawing my code again. It's still drawing by the way. Okay. Let's try removing these double pointers. Oh, let's ask. For the loading function, do I need the double pointers? I seem to be getting absolute garbage data. Because it needs to modify the original pointers passed to it. In main, you allocate memory for devices and connections initially. Load circuit might need to reallocate these pointers to accommodate the number of devices and connections loaded from the file. That is true. By using double pointers, load circuit can modify original pointers main to point to the newly allocated memory. Well, this isn't working, folks. What is going on here? Yeah, boy. tput as dterm enter file name to load. Let's try this. Let's try building this. Oh god, what did I do? Why is it bigger? Why is it bigger? Why is it bigger? Oh god. Okay, let's try doing this again. I'm probably running into a problem where you can't really do AI to help you code. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try loading. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, this is not working. This is not working. This is not do to do. Can you take a look at the load function again? I do. Nothing is working to load. Let's take a look. It seems to really seems to think that this is the way to go. Free of existing devices. Hang on. Let's try actually this code instead. Let me try this code. A moment. Oh, it's going toasting here. Okay. Okay. Let's get into this again. Okay. So it's toasty in here. It's just pretty hot in this room. Like the heat's on. Okay, read number of devices and connections. Okay. Free existing memory, if any. That makes sense. Okay, allocate memory for devices. Makes sense, makes sense. Allocate memory for connections. Okay, read devices, reconnections if any. And then F close. So that's just malloc. You just malloc those. So basically I should probably add a check for the devices too, device number. So that's okay. Bro, my headphones again explode from this beat. I mean, yo, drop it in the Discord, man. Why is this not going to work? Shirtless. Yeah, it is, man. Got hit chest today, man. I think I'm on the wrong side. Nah, it's really toasty, man. I got pants on, don't worry. I guess I'm going to have to try to send the addresses of these for double pointers. Right, okay, I'm gonna go back up here. I can't do that because that doesn't make any sense. Number connection. Let's try this. What is this? fread. Cool. Oh, King or Desp, you guys work out at all? Yeah, let's try that. What the hell am I listening to, folks? Oh man. There we go. Okay. Let's try loading it again. I don't know what's going on there. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's see if it exists. What? What is going on? Oh, it's this again. It's not RB. Let's try this again. Yo, King, what other stuff have you done? For like, have you done any code at all? Like, worked on anything embedded? I do want to hear it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to listen to it on the stream. I don't have that. I'm not that fancy to stream it through audio. I don't know. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm sure it's just like I have a thing in OBS. Okay, let's try saving something. Let's look. What? Why am I not saving anymore? What's going on? The saving broke. No. No. Why did it break? I can fix it, OBS easily. I see sources. Hang on, why did this break? Come on. Why did it break? Let's try doing that. God, how do I completely, I'm just totally borking this card, man. No, let's try this again. Circuit.crtk. Circuit.crt. What is going on? How did it break? What is going on? I'm gonna have to stop the stream again. because it still ain't working. It's getting late. I'll have to fix it tomorrow. RIP, I know, right? I kind of had it working earlier. Wait. No. I am so lost. Why does this not work anymore? You know what? You know what? They're commenting it out again. Cool. Let's try this again. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I'll have to sleep on it and try again later. Okay. Well, in that case, I will leave you guys, and I'll be back at some point. Probably not tomorrow. I have no idea. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll leave you, and I'll see you later. And I'll try to work on this off camera, off stream. Thanks. Have a good night, guys.